Today we are told again and again that we should find a job that we are willing to love or that we can love. In fact, in the internet, you will see this principle taught by different business experts. Sabi ng poster na to, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Is this true? Marami akong kaibigan na business experts who talk about this. They would even blog about it. Sabi nila, maghanap ka ng trabahong mamahalin mo. Kasi kung mahal mo yung trabaho mo, para kang hindi nagtatrabaho. So, kamusta? Do you love the job you have? Enjoy ka ba sa lahat ng nangyayari sa iyo today? Unfortunately today, mas maraming tao ang nagsasuffer sa trabaho nila. When I post my business principles sa Facebook, mas maraming haters about work kaysa those who really love their work. I have a set of followers who agree with me. However, marami rin ang who disagrees with me when I tell them that you should stay put in whatever job you have. Bakit? Kasi nagsistruggle sila. Yung trabaho na meron sila today is not something that they love. It's something connected to their course. It's something that they thought they will be passionate about. Pero pagdating nila doon sa tinatrabahuan nila, for some reason, ang dami masyadong problema that makes them feel that they are in the wrong place. So many of them are preoccupied looking outside the company they work for kasi naghahanap sila ng tinatawag na dream job. Ano ba tong dream job na to? Ano bang dream job para sa mga tao? When I was checking the internet for the factors that people use today in choosing the job that they would really love, they would say that dapat merong flexible working hours so that they can do the other interests they want. Importante that there is work-life balance. Time enough for the job, time enough for family, and time enough for themselves. Importante rin that there are strong employee benefits. Today, ang panaginip ng mga empleyado, sana their work environment would allow them to play, na merong gym, na merong masarap na cafeteria, libre ang pagkain, because ito yung pinate na picture ng environment ng Google, pati ng Apple. So people are hoping sana ganyan din yung makita ko. Importante rin sa tao that there will be room for growth. Hindi lang growth sa trabaho but other personal things na gusto nilang gawin or subukan. It is important for people that the company that they will work for will have good leadership. Kaso lang today I feel struggle ang industry ngayon because pabata ng pabata ang mga leaders and feeling ko kulang sila ng experience. So nagkakaroon ng misalignment yung mga batang pumapasok sa workforce and then yung approach ng mga leaders nila. It is important also for employees that they find the ideal environment. Ano tong ideal environment? An environment that they feel safe, an environment where they can grow, and an environment that will encourage them to stay put. And lastly, nakita ko that people want self-improvement outside the job or the work that they are doing. Before I leave this page, gusto ko sana na tingnan mo ulit yung listahan na to. Look at it carefully and tell me what you observe. Ako, I have been an employee, I have been an entrepreneur. Today, I try to help people understand business better. What do you observe with this list? I hope you will not mind this statement, but I want you to see that this list is biased to the employee. Na parang ang magbe-benefit lang yung empleyado. Para sa maraming tao today, the ideal job is a job that would greatly benefit them. So minsan tanong ko, paano ang employer? Ano naman ang benefit ng employer? In fact, many years ago, I have a friend who was sharing with me a new business principle from the US daw. Sabi daw ng isang expert galing sa US na if you want to maintain the millennials, because during the time ang millennials malikot, alis ng alis. Sabi niya, if you want to maintain the millennials, you should adjust to what they want. You should spend time with them every week, helping them to find their significance and appreciate their jobs. Alam mo, when I heard that, I felt bothered. Kasi in my mind, sabi ko, sandali lang, sila nag apply ng trabaho. Bakit yung employer ang nag adjust? Now, do not get me wrong. Ako, I am not biased to employers. However, I am not also biased completely to employees. Ako gusto ko lang balanse. I want the employees also to grow. However, if you will not protect the company you work for, it will not be good for everybody. So people today are in search for a job that will benefit them 100%. Pero meron akong tanong sa'yo. Supposing you do find your dream job, what now? Ano ibig sabihin what now? Ibig bang sabihin magiging kang masaya automatically? Is that what will happen after? Alam mo, I discovered that there are some people na ang dream job nila means hindi na sila magtatrabaho, hindi sila mapapagilitan pag hindi sila nag-excel. Basta yung para bang it's a job that will just completely bless them. Yan ang dream job ng maraming tao. Sabi ng poster nito, I don't have a dream job because I simply do not dream of labor. Di ba? You see, you have to understand the word dream job means you still have to labor. At tayo, magaling tayo managinip. Lahat ng tao merong panaginip today. But I always repeat this idea. Dreams do not work unless you do. Yung bang panaginip mo na buhay in the future will only come not because of the job that you do or the company you work for. It's something that the dream is something you work for. It's something that you are in control of. Friends, parating lang sinasabi sa atin, hanapin mo yung job that you can love. And while this is the preoccupation of many people, there are more people today who are frustrated with the jobs they find. Nakakita ako ng mga taong talagang enjoy sila sa trabaho nila. Meron ganon. Mas malaki ang majority ng mga tao na hinahanap pa rin nila yung trabaho that they can love. Do you know why they have not found the job that they can love? I am learning that the reason is because we really do not understand this word love. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng love? The popular idea of love sa maraming tao, they say it's a 50-50 relationship and also give and take. For me to be able to really give my all to the company must first give its all to me. 50-50, bigayan tayo. Minsan gusto ko magpahinga so that I will be able to give you more work. 50-50 tayo. You scratch my back so that I can scratch yours. Ito ang idea today ng karamihang tao with this idea of love. Not only in the workplace, but also in relationship. However, I've noticed that most people, ang importante sa kanila is love yourself first. In fact, you will hear this from many people today. They will say, who will love you more than yourself? If you will not love yourself first, it will be unfair for you. So yung 50-50 na yan or give and take, you love me first so that I can love you in return. And ito problema na discover ko. Minsan the other party has loved you already, but it is not the kind of love that you want. Iba yung na-imagine mo sa ginawa nila. Because hindi nila nagawa yung gusto mo, hindi mo na sila love. Because sa karamihan sa atin today, self-love is more important. Naghahanap tayo ng trabaho that we can love. But first, that job or that company should show us love first. Is this the real definition of love? What is true love ba? Alam mo ba that only the Bible can define true love? It tells us the right definition of love in First Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 7. Let me just read that for you. Verse 4 says, love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous, love does not brag, love is not arrogant, does not act unbecomingly, it does not seek its own, is not provoked, does not take into account a wrong suffered. Sabi dyan, love does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. Finally, verse 7 says, love bears all things, believes all things, hope all things, and endures all things. As I read the definition of love in the Bible sa 1 Corinthians 13, did you notice something? What did you notice doon sa binasa natin? Sabi kanina, love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous, and in fact, sinabi pa, love does not seek its own. What did you notice? Alam mo, I'd like to highlight a simple word in First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4. And it says, love is. What I'd like you to take note of is the definition of love is not conditional. It is something that you do regardless of what the other person will do. Sabi niya, love is patient. Paano if the other person is not patient? Love will be patient. It also says love is kind. What if the other person is rude? Paano pag yung mga kasama ko toxic? Paano yung bang boss ko unreasonable? Sabi niyan, if you love your job, you will still be kind. Di ba kanina sabi ko sa inyo, according to the ways of the world, love is 50-50. Love is give and take. In the Bible, do you know that love is 100-0? I will love my wife, my children, my friends, even my job, regardless of. Paano if your job gives you a hard time? Paano pag yung misis mo, yung anak mo, yung kaibigan mo, disappoints you or betrays you? Sabi ng verse 7 ng 1 Corinthians 13, love bears all things, love believes all things, love hopes all things, love endures all things. Ibig sabihin, when the situation does not work for you, love will believe that if you do what is necessary, that if you continue to give what is required of you, that if you love unconditionally, everything will work out sooner or later. Love endures all things. Ibig sabihin, yung mga problema na feeling mo rason na dapat kang umalis, yun yung mga dapat mong tiisin. Kasi pag tama ang ginawa mo, gaganda din siya. Unfortunately, today, most people will only stay if they are loved first. Friends, I am learning that self-love is not biblical. In fact, sabi pa ng golden rule sa Matthew 7:12, in everything therefore, treat people the same way you want them to treat you. For this is the law and the prophet. What is the golden rule? Is the golden rule a 50-50 relationship? No. Sabi niya, treat others the way you want them to treat you. Paano if they do not treat you well? Look at the verse carefully. Treat others the way you want them to treat you, even if they do not treat you well. You will show them how you want them to treat you. Minsan sabihin sa relationship, di ba? Kung ako na lang bigay ng bigay, tapos hindi sila magbigay, paano naman ako? Lugi ako. Love according to the Bible will treat others properly, even though they are not treated properly. Paano yon? Lugi ba tayo if we continue to do that? Ibig bang sabihin magpapapi lang tayo? Hindi. Let me explain this. This idea of love is something you really need to understand so that you will benefit from the job or the work you have today. In fact, Jesus further explained the idea of love in John chapter 13. I will only read 34 to 35. Sabi ng John 13:34, "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another even as I have loved you, that you also love one another." Verse 35 says, "By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." What does that mean? Sabi ni Jesus, love others the way I have loved you. What does that mean? I think the best illustration of what Jesus meant was when he had this conversation with Peter. After he resurrected, pinuntahan niya si Peter. Sana you read the Bible and read about the story. Sabi doon, Jesus came to Peter and said, "Peter, do you love me?" And the word that Jesus was using was agape, meaning unconditional love. So natanong niya kay Peter, "Peter, do you love me unconditionally?" Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, I love you na pileo." Pileo is a respectful love. It's a love with condition. Meaning, kung respectable ka, I will love you. Pag hindi, pwedeng hindi rin. So Jesus asked Peter again for a second time. Sabi niya, "Peter, do you love me? Do you agape me?" Sabi ni Peter, "Lord, I love you. I pileo you." Jesus asked a question about love a third time. And he said, "Peter, do you love me? Do you pileo me?" Sabi ni Peter, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I pileo you." Alam niyo na nangyari? Because Peter can only love Jesus in a pileo way. Jesus said, "Peter, do you love me? Do you pileo me?" Tinanggap niya kung ano ang kayang ibigay ni Peter and then work with Peter to make Peter a better person. What does that mean? Ang ibig sabihin ni Jesus that we should love others the way He has loved us, kung yan ang kaya bigay ng tao today sa'yo. Yan ang tanggapin mo. Appreciate what the other person can give you and then let us work and help each other become better. There is another word sana do gusto kong explain sa inyo. And it is the idea of enjoying. So naghahanap tayo ng trabaho that we really enjoy. So pag hindi na tayo enjoy because of certain problems, we'd like to give up. Alam nyo ba kung ano ibig sabihin ng word enjoy? When I check the Oxford Dictionary, it means to take delight, to take pleasure, and benefit from. I would like to highlight the word take. Take delight, take pleasure. Now, why am I highlighting this? Because I need you to understand, to enjoy does not happen when your circumstances or the people around you brings you joy. To enjoy is a choice. It's a decision you make, not a condition we give. Ulitin ko ha, to enjoy is a choice. It is a decision we make, not a condition we give. The idea is the same in the Hebrew language. The word for enjoy in Hebrew is raha. It means to take joy in the situation. We do not find joy in the situation, but instead we decide to be joyful wherever we are today, even in the work we have. Friends, bakit ka ba nagsastruggle sa trabaho mo? Ano ba ang mga bagay na feeling mo nagpapahirap sa sitwasyon mo? Marami sa atin nalilitan sa sweldo natin. Or minsan, 'di ba may negosyo ka, feeling mo may mas magandang ibang negosyo kasi ang liit ng kita ko anong meron tayo today. We also complain about the long hours. Pagkatapos pa, walang work-life balance, puro na ng trabaho. Walang panahon para sa pamilya, walang panahon para sa sarili. And then we find most of our bosses are unreasonable. Daming problema binibigay sa atin ng boss natin. Pagkatapos ang toxic pa ng environment. And so all of this would cause people to question if they are in the right place or in the right job. Why do these things happen? And so you would ask, Is God telling me to look for something else? If God is good, why will He give me this job? Alam mo, recently, I read a wonderful book. It's a very old book. Ang title niya, As a Man Thinketh. Ang author si James Allen. And he explains why many people struggle with their jobs. Sabi niya sa libro niya, circumstance does not make the man. It reveals him to himself. Alam mo ba yung mga struggle mo exposes who you are and your character? Naliliitan ka sa sweldo mo. 'Di ba imbis na magreklamo ka na maliit siya, you should ask yourself, what should I do para lumaki sweldo ko? And ano ang dapat kong gawin para may matira sa akin? Bawasan ko expenses ko. Then you complain about long working hours. Friends, kailangan mo maintindihan na lahat ng trabaho mahirap. Sa simula, you'd have to work long kasi hindi mo siya naintindihan. But if you are smart, you will have to find a way to be more efficient and effective. You were put in the job you have today kasi gusto ni God tumubo abilidad mo. And tutubo lang yan by being smarter, taking the long hours and finding ways to do your job effectively in a shorter time. And then you also complain about unreasonable bosses. Ako ito tanong ko parate sa tao, yung boss mo ba loko-loko? Na gumawa ka ng magandang trabaho, tapos pinagalitan ka pa? Alam mo, pag ganyan yung boss mo, iwanan mo yan. He does not deserve you. Pero pag pinagalitan ka ng boss mo, di ba dapat tanungin mo rin? Ano kulang ko? I need you to understand na walang boss ang natutuwa na magalit. Stressful yan. However, a boss will have to point out to the employee or to the people he works with na mali yan. Ayusin natin. Pag tama ng ginawa mo, papagalitan ka ba ng boss mo? So oftentimes, we look at the boss as the person who is at fault. And hindi natin inaalam kung ano yung pagkukulang natin na dapat natin ayusin. And then you complain about the many problems that come your way. Meron one time may nagtanong sa akin, sabi niya, I work hard to be promoted. When I was promoted, they gave me more problems. So sabi ko sa kanya, 'di ba? Kaya ka promote kasi magaling ka. Kaya ka binayaran ng mas mataas kasi alam nila kaya mo. And do you know that every problem you solve makes you a better person and improves your skills and your character? It grows your abilities. And abilities are important because ang binabayaran ng kumpanya, abilidad. Hindi oras mo, abilidad mo. And then you also complain about your toxic environment, the toxic people you work with. Ang tanong ko, bakit sila lang ang toxic? Bakit feeling mo they gang up on you? 'Di ba? Baka may problema ka na dapat mong ayusin. Baka merong tinuturo si God sa'yo na qualities na makakatulong sa'yo in the future. Kasi kung okay ka completely, why will they do that to you? Supposing you leave your job because feeling mo toxic environment mo, tingin mo paglipat mo sa ibang kumpanya, hindi na toxic? Because I really believe God allows us to go through difficulties because He cares for us. Sabi ni James Allen dun sa libro niya, the sole and supreme use of suffering is to purify, to burn out all that is useless and impure, to make you a better person. So friends, ito gusto ko maintindihan mo. You should not look for a job that will make you happy. Instead, you should decide to enjoy what you have already. You decide, this is God's blessing to me. So therefore, I will decide to be happy with it. And then I will do my best because I know when I do my best in my job will bless me in return. Let me share with you a story. And if you have been following me, you've heard this story many times. Many years ago, I had a friend who visited me in Bukidnon. This friend was an executive of one of the big construction companies in the country. Pagbisita niya sa akin, dinala ko siya sa farm namin. And our farm is 1 hour from our house. We went to the mountain and then rough road. And this was the sight he saw. Barren land, puro kuganan. And by now, I have already explained to him that kugon is a symbol of desolation. Na ibig sabihin, pag nakita ka ng kugunan, walang kwenta lupa dyan. And when I was explaining these things to him, sabi niya sa akin, Dong, ba't ganon? Bakit ito ang lupang binili mo? May pera ka naman, pwede ka mamili. Why did you choose this place and why did you choose this land? As we were driving, sabi ko sa kanya, pare, ito lang bigay ni God sa akin eh. And the only choice I have is pagyamanin siya. The picture I showed you kanina sa simula is not our land. Kapitbahay ho namin sila. Ganun na sila 25 years ago. Ganun pa rin sila hanggang ngayon. In fact, marami doon na benta na because they did not see what they have as a blessing. So hindi lang na-enjoy. And then when we arrive in our farm, my friend saw this, a forest that we built. And inside that forest, we have a lot of high-value crops, different livestock, and my friend was so impressed. Bakit? I did not look for a business that will give me joy. I decided to enjoy my business. And because of that, I was able to take barren land and made it into a forest. James Allen said, men do not attract what they want, but what they are. Alam mo, you can leave your job and look for something better. But you will not find it if you are not ready for that job. If you cannot find joy in the job you have today, you will never find joy in whatever you will have in the future. I like what Ecclesiastes 5:20 said. For he will not often consider the years of his life because God keeps him occupied with gladness in his heart. Is this what you want to feel in your life? That you will always have gladness in your heart? This is verse 20. In order to experience this, you need to understand what the previous verse is saying. Sabi ng Ecclesiastes 5:19, furthermore, as for every man to whom God has given riches and wealth, he also empowered him to eat from them and to receive his reward and rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. God has given you a job that can provide for your needs. Mabuti nga may trabaho tayo. Now, if you're in business, mabuti nga may negosyo ka. So instead of looking for something better, decide, I will love this job. I will love this business and I will improve it. I will make it better. Do not look for a farm that will give you joy. Decide to build a farm that you will enjoy. And I told you before, di ba? There are no unproductive farms, only unproductive farmers. And instead of looking for a job that you will really love, decide to love what you have already. Because when you love what you have already, whatever that may be, it will love you in return. Friends, there are no worthless jobs, only foolish workers. So I hope you enjoyed our lesson today. I want you to know that you are in a good place already. But the good things you dream of will not come to you automatically. Life will not give it to you. You will have to work for that dream by deciding to love what you have already. In your small groups, I suggest you ask these questions. First, should you look for a new job or learn to love what you have? Number two, what are the challenges you need to overcome and the mindset you need to change? Should you stay or should you leave? Friends, I'd like to thank you for continually supporting Breaking Through. I hope that we have helped you see your situation as a blessing. And sana this lesson will truly help you become fruitful in the future. So again, maraming salamat. May God bless you.